What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you lady, you know that this literally does not work. I'm excited about the things that I'm able to do here in the workshop, and this piece right here is going to the Dak Prescott's foundation. So I've just gotten finished cutting out the carving here. You can't really see the detail and stuff on here. And for 4 hours last night, you can't really see this really good. I mean, if you get up here close, you can kind of read it, but I'm going to do a trick here that's going to make it so you'll be able to see all the names. I'm finding out that I'm a little bit famous in some regard because everything I do literally gets scrutinized. And I made the comment, and people, let me turn the thing here so you can see what I'm doing here. People literally take every word out of context that I say. What I said last week when I was working on the original carvings, and of course, they said you need to get a refund because Mark Holmes is ripping you off. And now, of course, he's going to redo it and send it to Dak, and Dak will never see it, whatever. But this machine carves out the pieces on here, and what I said was, if you've ever been to the Vietnam Memorial and you've seen how they've etched in the granite the names, I said this feels like that when you run your hand over it. So, of course, my favorite troll out there said I'm disrespecting the military. Regardless, what we're going to do is I'm painting this black. And we let the paint dry, and then we sand it down. And what happens is, all the black stays in the cutouts and gets sanded off of the rest of it. And it's going to make the names pop out. Like if you've ever taken, back in the day when we used to actually use pen and paper. Yeah, you remember that days, right? When we physically had to actually write in school. What they could do then was you take the notepad, and try this if you have somebody who actually writes things down. If you take the notepad and take a pencil and go sideways with it, run over it, what it'll do is kind of the same thing here. The ridges that were cut into the paper will be colored slightly different than the parts that weren't. And so you can see this is black right now, but once you sand off the paint, it's going to be gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be cool once it's done. Now I've got to get the other one, the one that Dak signed, and we're going to cut the names in the back of that one and pray that we don't have another hiccup. And we'll be doing that one to give away. And so after all this is dry, we end up putting varnish on it to lock it in there, keep it so it won't be scratched. So I'm going to come back later after this is dry so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to sand it out. This machine has really, truly changed what I do. And I've only scratched the surface of its capabilities. And I can't wait to go even further. While I'm here, let me ask you guys, if you can leave me a comment. Every year for the Joe Boo Sports Report, I have done something different to the studio. First year I built the first locker, and then the next 2 years I built another locker to go with it. Last year, or the next year, I ended up getting the computer system for it, so that way I could actually increase the capacity of it. And then last year, I ended up adding the outdoor studio. So my question to you guys is, what changes would you like to see from the Joe Boo Sports Report to make it a better experience for you? One thing I can say that will be eventually something that we're going to do is I live close to Washington, D.C., which is the rat race and things. And, you have a lot of people that are, on top of you. It's the suburbs. Eventually, I am going to, with my wife, we are going to think about moving further out. And we're going to actually sell our house here and buy some land out west from where we are. Not west like, Montana or anything. But we're going to build or buy a farmhouse, one or the other, but build a house that'll be great for entertaining and having like a huge kitchen to be able to cook in, kitchen and be able to have people there, as well as having the sports man cave experience. So people would actually be able to come and stay for the weekend, get your woodworking and stuff, crafts in, and we end up having chicken wings, and maybe we get Jets pulled pork or beef brisket and things like that, and have kind of like a weekend place for a getaway, football parties. But that's a few years in the making. I'm just talking about what we need to do between now and the beginning of the season. One idea I'm thinking about doing is I have, when I'm watching the game inside, is I have kind of a small desk that's there. Probably will redo that one, and I think I may redo the desk that's in front of the lockers and make that look a little bit better, a little different look, and make it, maybe more interactive or something. But we'll figure that out. But anyway, we're going to keep on doing what we're doing. We're going to let this dry, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to show you some magic. All right. Now,
Oh my goodness.
do you see your name on there, guys? My wife's looking puzzled at the moment. Uh-oh, is there a mistake? Uh-oh, there might be a mistake.